Okay, so now in this video, we will be discussing how to spot an arithmetic sequence. Based on our previous discussion, arithmetic sequence is technically a sequence that includes an addition of a fixed number or an interval, okay? Which is called a common difference, or D. Now, sir, how do you get the D? Because why is computing the D or the common difference important? Computing for the common difference is very important because it will tell you that particular sequence is indeed arithmetic. Okay? The common difference is the unique characteristic of that particular sequence that would make it apart from other types of sequences, which will be discussed later in this unit. Okay? So now, as you all know, we need to find the common difference for us to say that this is arithmetic. Now, how do you get the common difference? Now, let's go back to our previous discussion. We have previous example let's use the face mask campaign, fee or fine. We have 500, 600, 700, comma, and then 800, etc. Now, you all know that this is your a sub 1. We agreed that in this part, we will be using a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4 to denote positions. A sub 1 will just be the first term, okay? So now, for you to get the common difference, the idea is you need to what? For you to get 100 here, technically you need to subtract this one and this one. Subtract 500 from 600 for you to get. Again, the idea here is to find the common difference, not the next term. Again, we're looking now for the common difference, or D. Now, it should be 600 minus 500 for you to get 100. And then, also you get, for each 700 minus 600, you will get 100. If we change it to a sub 1, a sub 2, for us to generalize it to every other types of sequence, therefore we have what? A sub 2 minus a sub 1, a sub 3 minus a sub 2, we have a sub 4 minus a sub 3, you just subtract it. Or, in general, that will be what? A sub, let me just write it here. The common difference is just a sub n minus a sub n minus 1. Okay. Sir, is this the first formula we need to remember? Yes, this is the first formula. Now, difference equals a sub n minus a sub n minus 1. Or, if this confuses you, we could just say the difference is just next minus previous. I think for most of my students, this is easier compared to this. It's up to you. You can memorize this one, next minus previous. You subtract the next minus previous, next minus previous, next minus previous. Okay? For you to get the common difference. Clear? Next minus previous, or a sub n minus a sub n minus 1. Why n minus 1? As you can see, 2 and then it becomes 1. So 3 and then 2, 4 and then 3. Okay? Now, let's try to find out if this sequence has a common difference for us to say that it is arithmetic. Okay? Again, we need to find if there is a common difference for us to say that it is an arithmetic sequence. How do you do that? Next minus previous. In this case, we have next minus previous, negative 1 minus negative 4. Okay? Check if that will be equivalent to next 2 minus previous negative 1. And check if we can observe that 5 minus 2 is equal to black. if the numbers here will be equal, we could say that it is an arithmetic sequence. If not, then it is not arithmetic. As simple as that. It could be other types of sequences, but not necessarily arithmetic. Okay? Now, again, we need to find if this question marks here will be equal for us to say that it is arithmetic. I hope you're getting my point. Okay? Now, we need to solve for this. What is 1 minus negative 4? This becomes what? Negative 1 minus negative 4, this becomes plus. Therefore, negative 1 plus 4 becomes 3. So we have 3 here. So now we have the first difference. But for us to say that it is common, of course, common, it means the same. This should have 3 and then 3 also. Therefore, we have 2 minus negative 1. This becomes 2 plus 1, which is also 3. So we are just hoping for this to be 3. So this is 3 already. Let's check. Therefore, if this is 3, therefore this is arithmetic sequence. Of course, 5 minus 2 is simply 3. Okay? Since we have a difference, since your differences are equal, therefore it is common. If that is the case, then this sequence is arithmetic. Again, since the differences are equivalent or equal, therefore it is common, therefore arithmetic. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next one. Again, what you will not be, for it to be easier, the solution will just be next minus previous. You will not be thinking, what if it is it could be multiplied. No, the only rule here for us to say that it's arithmetic is for us to what? Find if there is a common difference. Now, let's proceed to the second one. So let's find D here. Sorry, ganito na lang yung notation natin. If there exists a difference. Okay? What is 42 minus 3? This is what? 42 minus 3. Ilista muna natin ha. So this becomes 42 minus 3 and then 5 minus 42. Ayan. Kapag dalawa pa lang, hindi na siya nag-match, therefore, don't continue it. It is not arithmetic. Let's try to see here. Let's do 3 para similar din sa unang example. Then D will be 57 minus 5. Okay, right? 42 minus 3, 5 minus 42, 57 minus 5. 57 minus 5. We hope that this question marks will be equal for us to say that it's arithmetic. Otherwise, it's not. Okay? What is 42 minus 3? This is what? 39. Correct? 39. Okay. What about 5 minus 42? This becomes what? 12. Negative 37. Correct? Am I right? Negative 37. Yes, correct. Negative 37. Now, since you know that 39 and negative 37 are not equal, there's no need to continue here because we all know that this is not really working. They are not equivalent. They are not equal. Therefore, the sequence is technically not arithmetic. So we have another example of an arithmetic sequence. Not because the difference is not common. They have difference. You can compute for the difference, but it's not the same. Therefore, it's not common. You don't need to continue it. Okay? It could be a sequence, but at this point, we are not after that. But in this case, we will just be declaring as non-arithmetic sequence. Let's proceed to the next one, okay? So we have D, we have to find D and then D, and then another D. Then therefore, again, remember the formula next minus previous. So next here is 7.8. 7.8 minus 6 equals blank. 9.6 minus 7.8 equals blank. And then 11.4 minus 9.6 equals blank. Since we have, we need to also, this is tricky because most of the time, the first three could be equal, but when it comes to this one, it will not be equal. So that will be disastrous, okay? Because you thought it was an arithmetic sequence, but at the end, it doesn't have, it is not equal to the differences of the other three. Therefore, it's incorrect, okay? So therefore, we have 13.2 minus 11.4. Now we just have to solve for it. 7.8 minus 6 is technically 1.8, correct? You may use your calculators, but I'm encouraging you to do it mentally if you can. Okay? So now we have here another one. 9.6 minus 7.8. Baka nakalimutan ng mga decimal subtraction. Therefore, this becomes what? 16 and then 8. 16 minus 8 is 8. And then copy, and then 8 minus 7 is technically 1. We have 1.8. So far, the two are equal, but let's hope that the other two would also be equal for us to say that this is arithmetic. Okay? Now, we have another one, 11.4 minus 9.6. This becomes 14. This becomes technically 10. 14 minus 6 is 8. And then 10 minus 9 is 1. So this is 1.8. We only have one left for us to say that this is arithmetic. Okay? Now, as you can see, this could not just be integral numbers. It will also have decimal. And the one that you love, fraction. We will be dealing with fraction in the next examples. Okay? Now, it's this 9.6, 1.8, and then we have 13.2 minus 11.4. This becomes 12. Technically 12, and then 12 minus 4 is 8. And then 12 minus 1 is just 1. So 1.8. As you can see, 1.8, 1.8, 1.8, 1.8. The differences are common. Therefore, we can say that there is a common difference. Therefore, this one is an arithmetic sequence. Okay. So in the next frame, I will be giving you exercises that you can work on. You could just write it on your notebooks, okay? And you can present it in the next synchronous or live classroom discussion. Okay? So again, in this, just to wrap things up, we have discussed arithmetic sequence, its properties, and how to spot if a sequence is arithmetic or not. If you want to have an advanced reading, the next discussion will be how to find the next term in the sequence, in an arithmetic sequence. So how to project the next term without actually listing them all. Okay, if you want to have an advanced researcher on that, you may do so. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. So see you next meeting.